This isn't just another podcast. It's a movement, a global wave of women from Nairobi to Nashville, Seoul to Sao Paulo, stepping out of the shadows and into the spotlight. Women who are ready to be seen, to be heard, to be unmuted. I'm Anjuli Marshall, an award-winning ABC and NBC journalist and speaker, turned business strategist, coach, and mom. My mission? To amplify the voices of women who were never meant to stay silent. One woman, one voice, one story at a time. So go ahead, put on your comfy pants, grab a coffee, and maybe the remote. Are you ready to press the button? Unmuted starts right now.
We made that happen. That was rough, but we got there. It happens. It happens. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Unmuted. I am your host, Anjali Marshall. This is a cool podcast, at least I think it is, because this is where we celebrate the bold, beautiful voices of women who are stepping into their own stories. They are speaking their truth, and they're choosing to be heard in a world who needs their wisdom. And so today's guest is somebody who honestly cuts right to the heart. Her name is Kayla Meyer, and she's a licensed psychotherapist. She's also a new mom and the writer behind The Invisible Shift, a raw and reflective Substack that explores the in-between space of ambition, identity, and motherhood. After walking away from a doctoral program in clinical psychology to care for her son, Kayla found herself grieving one dream while trying to make space for another. She now works part-time in private practice while exploring new creative ways to serve and heal. And so this episode is for every woman who has had to take time to pause, who's had to take time to pivot, or completely rebuild her identity after becoming a mom. This is for you. And so right now I want to welcome to the stage Kayla Meyer. Welcome, Kayla.
Hello. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for working with me with all of these tech issues.
It's all good. It's all good.
You are a patient woman.
Well, I have an 11-month-old, so I've had lots of practice.
You're a mom, so you get that.
Right,
So,
right.
First of all, I love your story. I really love your story because
Thank you.
it is a story of truth, is a story of that is so commonly experienced, but not for some reason. I don't know why, but it's not commonly discussed and talked about. Why do you think that is?
I think we live in a society where, well, first of all, I think a lot of these changes are similar to my Substack name. They're invisible. And it's something I think that's also really hard to put into words. Like this very innate drive to be with your babies. That's really hard to put into words for people, and unless you've maybe been through it. So I think that's one thing. And I think another thing is, like I was going to say before, is our society is, I don't know, not very understanding, not very supporting of women and moms in general. I think there's maybe some stigma around it. There's probably a plethora of reasons.
Sure.
Yeah.
You mentioned something in an email that you sent to me. I haven't stopped thinking about it. Grieving one version of your dream while holding space for the new dreams, whatever it come. So what has that grief looked like for you? And what helped you to actually recognize, oh, I'm grieving right now?
I think that grief looks like, rocking my baby to sleep at night and being so incredibly happy and just filled with warmth and, all those positive feelings that you have towards your baby. And then at the same time, feeling oh my God, like I'm not who I once was. Everything that I used to, or a lot of what I used to define myself with is no longer in my life, particularly like career, educational achievements. It's, and then I feel like, oh, like I'm just a mom, but like, I'm not just a mom, like I'm raising a human being. But anyways, I think that grief looks like those quiet moments when you're alone with your baby and you're so happy, but then at the same time you're also like really, really sad and feel like you're missing out on a huge part of what used to be your identity.
Yeah.
And I think what made me realize it is, well, I mean, it kind of, the sadness about, leaving this doctoral program and having to make that choice, it really comes and goes in waves. And it's something that it's a loss. Like it is a loss. It's a loss of your identity. It's a loss of a goal. It's a loss of a dream.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You talked about identity just now, and you've really spoken honestly about imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the questions that moms would have is, what do I really have to offer?
Yeah.
So I want to go there because you had mentioned I'm just a mom, right? And what mom has never said that sentence before?
Yeah.
We all have said
We
that.
really feel like we have to like make ourselves small and like downplay our role when it's not a small feat at all.
No. Let's talk about the imposter syndrome part of that.
Mm-hmm.
What stories or beliefs have been the hardest for you to sort of unlearn as you're
Mm-hmm.
learning or as you're setting off in this new direction?
I think that my success, this idea, this belief that my success is measured in my career, or educational attainment, that redefining like happiness too, right? Like before I had my son, I mean, there was other things that made me happy, but like I definitely, like I've always kind of valued family, but I definitely valued being intellectually stimulated,
Sure.
kind of moving up in my career, progressing, kind of reaching the top. And yeah, I think that obviously would still make me very happy, but like there's this new huge thing that came into my life, a little baby boy that kind of just changes everything. And yes, I'd be happy in this doctoral program. Yes, I still want those things. Yes, I still want to have, big achievements. But at the end of the day, I feel like for me personally, my son will always win out. So I think like, redefining happiness, redefining what success looks like for me. Those are things that I've had to kind of reframe for myself.
Do you ever worst case scenario things?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So like when I think about this for you, my question is, how is she redefining success now? And has she ever worst case scenarioed it and been like, you know what, worst case scenario, this is going to happen, this is not going to happen, and I think I'm okay with that. Have you had that conversation with yourself? And if so, what did that look like?
Yeah, I mean, I think worst case scenario is thinking I'll never get my doctorate. And yeah, I mean, I think I try to think like, well, maybe that's okay. And I get a little existential sometimes. Like when I'm on my deathbed, if I look back, like what do I think will have really mattered most? What will I think about the choices I've made? Yeah. I often think like that. Because that's what I want at the end of my life. I want to be able to say I lived a happy and fulfilled life. And right now I'm trying to figure out what that is. Absolutely. So yeah, I think that kind of answers your question. My worst case scenario is like, not getting the doctorate, just kind of like being this like mediocre person in life, not probably like still doing what I'm doing in my career, like just seeing clients, in therapy practice, and not really expanding what I'm doing at all, like no variety in what I do. Like that's worst case scenario. But I don't honestly, like, I don't think that that's, maybe I won't get my doctorate, but I don't think that that's going to happen. Like that I won't expand what I'm doing in my career. It's like I'm very motivated to find other ways to feel that sense of achievement, and like I'm doing more in my career and going further.
So you're not willing to accept that you're creating something else along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. What it is, I don't know yet.
Sure.
I have lots and lots of ideas, but everything's still a little scattered in my brain. So I'm hoping that one day I'll have a little bit more clarity, or just be able to like, okay, start something, pick something and just start.
Yeah, no, I get that. Your Substack is pretty cool. It's called The Invisible Shift, and it explores some pretty deep themes like the tension between motherhood and ambition. So I'm always fascinated by what creates this urge in people to write. What was it for you? I mean, obviously you've been going through so many different changes and the grief and, trying to navigate that. But would you say that there's like this defining moment where you said, I need to write this down. I need to speak through these words? For sure.
Yes. I can definitely tell you, like, there was a moment where I was like, I need to get this out there. Okay. And it literally was probably like when I started the Substack, like a few weeks ago. And I was talking to my mom about it. And I was like, Robin Roberts always says, make your mess your message. And so I was like, I got to do this. Like, I got to do this. This is like fueling me. And I have to do something with this. I have to do something with these emotions too, of like, if I can maybe do something productive with it or just get it out there in some way, maybe I'll feel some relief. Maybe I'll, maybe it's a little far-fetched, but like maybe start a movement. And so, yeah, I think there was like a very specific time. And I think it was just a time where I was, like I said, like the grieving, like being in that doctoral program comes in waves. And it was one of those waves. We were at the crest of a wave. And I was like, I got to do something. Yeah.
And you did.
And I did.
So what's been the feedback? What's you're 2 weeks in on Substack?
Oh yeah, very new.
That's amazing. So yeah, tell me what it's been like starting something new and it being, honestly, I think it's so impactful what you're doing. And everything has to start, we should never be opposed to small beginnings, right? Because everything that grows into this really huge thing starts small.
Right. What was your question?
Have you received feedback? What's been your thought on the entire experience?
Yeah. Well, it does feel really nice for me to like, get my thoughts out there.
Sure.
And in addition to that, I've just been finding like-minded moms. And so it's like, once you like come out with a story, like you just suddenly like find your people and like you find people that have similar experiences. So it's been nice to see other people, not that it's great that they're also struggling with this, but it's been nice to be like, hey, like this, like a little bit of validation of like, you're not alone. Like this is a common issue. This is a theme. And then in terms of feedback from people, like I said, we're only 2 weeks in, so not a whole lot yet, but it does seem like people are definitely like resonating with things that I've said, for sure.
How does it make you feel when you know that that's happening?
I guess it's nice to be able to put words to people's experiences. Like this is just my experience and I'm sure it doesn't 100% line up with theirs, But I think that some other people feel seen, which that feels good. It feels, I'm in the helping field. So it feels nice to feel like I'm supporting other people too.
Sure. Absolutely. When you think about the future, creating more passive income, having more freedom, what kind of work really lights you up? What makes you excited?
I think speaking engagements, and getting to connect with other like-minded people. That, and I think I really do enjoy writing. So I don't know, maybe one day I'll write a book. Who knows? Or I don't know, maybe some kind of online program to reach more people, and then just like my therapy practice is very one-on-one, but if I could help more people by offering some kind of program, that might be interesting too. So those are my three things that I'm pretty interested in and that are kind of floating around in my head.
I love that. I'm a fan of it.
Thanks.
I'm a fan of you writing a book, and I'm also a fan of you just kind of exploring, hey, how do I, what other ways can I speak and allow my voice to be amplified even more? Because you have a message to tell, and I love that so much.
Thanks, yeah.
One of the things that I really admire about your story is that you honor your time really, really well. Especially when it comes to your time with your son and not being with your son, you honor that time. Yeah. So I think you mentioned you have about 2.5 hours a day to work while your baby is napping. So in a culture that is unfortunately obsessed with hustling and do all the things, what mind shifts or mindset shifts have helped you to really honor the rhythm of, hey, I have 2.5 hours. This is what I'm going to do.
Well, I think I know, I really want to be present for my son, and that might mean some sacrifices. And so one sacrifice is, okay, then when maybe it's not so much a sacrifice, but when you have time, you need to be really efficient. The payoff is you get this time with your son. So I think that's one. I think that I really enjoy the work that I do so much that, and I love getting to be creative, and it honestly feels like me time. It doesn't feel like work. And a lot of what I'm doing is sometimes I'm creating, sometimes I'm working on social media for my practice. I'm an adjunct instructor too. So I'm currently planning the fall course. So I'm doing a little bit of that. But I never get done as much as I want, and that kind of stinks. But I get something done. So, but I think that since I like what I do, it is very easy for me to shift into that right away.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
it is tough when you have this set number of things that you really want to do. You want to get these things done on your to-do list, and then you're like, I did too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. That's when you go back and you start adding things that you already done to make your to-do list look better, right? And you're just like, oh, I forgot I did that earlier. I did that.
So I was the only one that did that. You did that too, huh?
My secret's out.
That's so funny. All right. So you have clinical insight. You have lived experience. What is one piece of advice that you would offer to another mom who's standing exactly where you are right now, which is on the edge of a dream, but also she's full of doubt?
Yeah. Well, I personally really like my exercise of okay, at the end of your life, what do you think you're going to love the most? What do you think? How do you think you're going to have wanted to spend your time? Yeah. Do you think you're going to say oh my gosh, thank God I went to that doctoral program, and even though I didn't get to be with my son for the first 5 years of his life, thank God I went there. I guess also thinking your kid's only little, your baby's only little for so long, and it does go so fast. And I think sometimes we can be so in the moment that we can't zoom out and think big picture. I think that once your kid hits 5, they're in school a lot. You will have so much more free time. And literally these are just things that I say to myself. That's where I'm getting this. So I think you have so much time yet to work, right? You have people aren't retiring till like 70 now, and if you really like your work and you want to continue longer than that, you can, and so if you're like a child rearing years, I'm assuming maybe 30s, 40s, like you have a long life left in your career and your ambitions. You have so much time for that. You have like the first 5 years with your baby to really be there. Like that's such a short period of time in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great perspective.
Thank
and
you.
it's unfortunate that we are the only ones who are forced to make that type of decision.
Yeah. I have an article coming out about that tomorrow.
I can't wait to read that article.
Yeah. It's something I feel passionate about.
Yeah, I agree. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Kayla, thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. I could sit and talk with you for a long time about this because I feel like we are kindred spirits in that we're moms, but we also feel the pain of wanting more, the ambition, but also really having this strong desire. Like this is a non-negotiable for me. My babies are non-negotiable,
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So I appreciate your honesty. Thank you for your time. Thank you. This conversation has really been very healing and insightful.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. Thank you for being here. Before we close though, I want to switch gears. We're going to have a little bit of fun.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm a little nervous. I don't know what's coming.
No nerves.
Okay.
Time to turn up the volume. This is something that I'm calling hot mic. Okay. It is 15 rapid fire questions. You say the first thing that comes to mind, okay?
Well, this could be dangerous.
It's meant to be dangerous. This is so
okay, fun. Love it. All right, let's do it.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. What's something small that instantly brings you peace?
My baby.
Absolutely. Coffee, tea, or chaos?
Coffee, for sure.
If your inner critic had a name, what would it be?
Oh, I feel like Felicia's coming to mind. Don't know why, but Felicia.
Felicia. I love it. One word you're trying to stop apologizing for.
One word I'm trying to stop apologizing for?
Yeah. Or one thing.
One thing okay. Saying no.
That's good.
Yeah.
You have 30 minutes of free time. What's your dream way to spend it?
Like drinking coffee and reading a book.
Ooh, alone?
Yeah. Alone, of course.
What song do you secretly sing to your baby that always makes him laugh or cry?
Baby Beluga has been a hit lately.
Rafi.
So, and it makes me right. And it makes him laugh. He doesn't cry, he laughs.
Rafi makes me cry. It always made my kids laugh. Go figure. All right. If your Substack had a subtitle today, what would it be?
I don't feel like I'm gonna have a good one for this off the spot. I say navigating grief and new beginnings.
Okay. All right. Look at that. You pulled that out. That's great.
Yeah, but it wasn't my best.
It's totally fine. What's a phrase that you overuse in therapy sessions and in life?
Probably more so in therapy sessions. Like I could see why you would feel that way. Validating.
That's good. Childhood cartoon. Which childhood cartoon do you wish would make a comeback?
Oh, I wasn't a big cartoon person as a child, but I did watch a few. PB&J Otter.
I've never heard of this.
It was like a 90s thing in the 90s.
PB&J.
I don't know. I liked weird things. I don't know. It is on Disney Plus though. So I was looking at it the other day. I was like, oh my God, what a throwback.
I'm totally checking that out. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the most unfiltered thought that you've had during nap time? Your baby's nap time?
Oh, should I take the blender in the garage to make my smoothie?
That's a real thought.
Right. You're like, how can I do this without waking him up?
Yes. That's actually Wow, that's actually very true. I've thought that going to the bathroom to just open a bag of something so they don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is one belief that you're working on rewiring this year?
I think that you need a degree or a certain degree to be successful at something or well known.
It's good. If you could teach a college class to women re-entering the workforce after motherhood, what would the class be called?
Something with regaining confidence, because I feel like the imposter syndrome probably like hits hard after you're re-entering the workforce.
Totally. Your favorite emotion to feel?
I don't want to say happy. That's way too basic. Excited, I guess.
What's your least favorite?
Well, I'm sad, obviously. Regret, those things.
What's something you do every day that nobody sees, but it matters really deeply to you?
Exercising. That's like my non-negotiable.
Okay. If you were invited to give a TEDx talk, what's your topic?
I mean, right now, like I feel like it would be this idea that women, moms, tend to have to choose between furthering their career or staying home with their babies.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
That was 15 questions. You killed it.
That went fast.
You killed that. It was great. Thank you so much, Kayla. I appreciate
Thank you.
Your wisdom, your expertise, your passion, all of it, and your honesty. I really do appreciate that. Your vulnerability, if nobody has told you that, your vulnerability is such a gift to moms. As a mom speaking to you, it's a gift. So thank you for that.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you.
Absolutely. If today's episode touched you in any way, share it with a mom, please, a dreamer in transition, or anyone who needs to be reminded that it is actually okay to pause and to pivot. You can follow Kayla's reflections on motherhood, ambition, and identity at The Invisible Shift on Substack and on Instagram. Kayla, can you tell them a little bit more, of how they can find you?
Yeah, my Instagram handle is Kayla Meyer, LPC for licensed professional counselor. Same thing on TikTok, but I don't do a whole lot on there.
Sure. Okay. If you're listening and you've been afraid to start or restart again, or just speak truth over your life and over those around you, this is your permission slip right now. Unmute yourself, because you are enough right now. You're enough as you are right now. So Kayla, thank you again. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
You are now officially part of the Unmuted family. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we're cheering for you. We're rooting you on every nap time and beyond. We're rooting you on, and give that baby a big squeeze from us.
Oh, I will. Nap time's probably almost over right now, so.
Perfect timing. Thank you.
Perfect timing. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
This isn't just another podcast. It's a movement, a global wave of women from Nairobi to Nashville, Seoul to Sao Paulo, stepping out of the shadows and into the spotlight. Women who are ready to be seen, to be heard, to be unmuted. I'm Anjuli Marshall, an award-winning ABC and NBC journalist and speaker, turned business strategist, coach, and mom. My mission? To amplify the voices of women who were never meant to stay silent. One woman, one voice, one story at a time. So go ahead, put on your comfy pants, grab a coffee, and maybe the remote. Are you ready to press the button? Unmuted starts right now.